Yes. I admitted. They laughed again. Okay, Captain Esmaza, let's see what you do. Anyway, half of the total goes to us. I don't care where the body is. The brothers nodded sadly. And we will do this with the containers. We'll send one to everyone who turns. The Esvaz is dead. So his people will receive one container. And so on. They looked at each other. The plan was brilliantly simple. And so on. They said in agreement. We went out through the same passage, covering the bookcase and the poster. There was nothing else to do here. So we went shopping, spending a lot of money, on unnecessary and feminine things. I was dying in the back of the car, and Maria jumped on for a moment that could drag like chewing gum in up to half an hour. She then tried on various clothes and shoes. And there was no end to it. She deserved it. After all, that was her plan with these containers. To send one to everyone. All you had to do now was wait. Until they finished themselves, having earned about 35 million and with a hole in our stomach itchy and stinking with a purulent ulcer, we drove home contentedly. It was time to find out about Rico and Tiago. Esmaza knew I couldn't get away. The only thing to be expected was that he might want to kill me if he was scared that he had no money for me, or out of greed if his stupidity hit his brain. Maria was driving carefully, but we turned off the road to the side roads to look for accommodation. We were tired. And when entering La Pampa del Fiore, you had to be vigilant and act. Here in the outback, not even the GPS can track us. 2 weeks later, someone brought a courier to my door. The servants dragged him inside, and he was in poor shape even though he was in poor shape. Somehow, he was reluctant to die until he handed me a monkey scalp and spoke Latin. I cannot forget his face, frozen so fulfilled. It is unknown who cut him down or why he got to me. Then the gringos came. They came to La Pampa del Fiore and of course they were looking for me. Whether it was their courier, or from somewhere they found out about him, they absolutely wanted their man or rather a body. The gringos think they are great and strong and the Indios are weak and stupid. But we are in the 21st century. And the gringos do not glow. They live in the past and what they stole before. They don't know what La Pampa del Fiore is, because nothing is as it seems here. Maria was the first to figure them out when she came home from school, and noisy gringos laughed at our village clothes. They rented an entire floor in the hotel at El Mija and it began to seem to them that they were the rulers of all creation. They pushed passers-by in the street and mocked houses and water pots. The servants were ordered not to let them even through the gate. They knocked over the descendants of Spanish aristocrats in the street, screaming unto the heavens, having no idea of their greatness, origin, pride, and a culture that despised the way of being gringos and their lives without honor. On the first day, they beat up the doorman and forced me into the courtyard, shouting something and waving their weapons. We put their charred jeep in front of the hotel, and in it there were alive and terrified screamers. Quiet now in their helplessness. They gave each one a hornet who did its job. Gringos called for meals, and Rico got a list of phone owners in half an hour. Even and especially the restricted ones. Rico sent his agents to speak their minds to them. The gringos probably won't believe it, and you will have to send someone's head, like in '89 when the Canadians wanted to drill something. But for now, there is time to be wise. Start to TS011 True to Tutu.